Two South American players in our top three with the potential for, just like BCX, having an all South America and all Brazilian grand finals as well.
And no surprise on the character picks, starting off with that Taros, going to be going up against Loraz's Kyna. Very little chance that Loraz is going to make a swap, and right now, Kyna over to the Axe to start off game number one. Nice little downlight.
So something that Kyna will have a lot of is like solid stacked moves, and one thing that Loraz really likes to do is get stacked on top of you and throw out that bow nair. Even if you're grounded, he'll fast fall down on top of you with the bow nair. Also with the spear nair as well. That was, I can't remember who tweeted that Loraz played one of his previous games and threw out like 17 or 21 spear nairs throughout the entire thing. I think it was Hal who threw that out. There's the weapon toss. The dodge comes through. Loraz is able to get back on stage. He also has weapon advantage, but he's at health deficit.
Yeah, I mean, that hammer ground pound was almost really bad for Loraz with the way that it went straight down, but a nice neutral light will be the finisher. I mean, once again, I know you and I were sitting in the back, we were watching multiple people play axes, and so many times you'd be like, just stay on stage and do a neutral light. You will eventually win.
It's like an axe player who's very good at this game will be like, yes, in light, strong punishing move, dash in light, strong initiation move. It's the end of the game, and my opponent is in red, and there's the potential for me to lose. What if I didn't use that move that got me to this point? What if I dashed off stage and side aired? What if I dashed off stage and weapon tossed? Like, just, brother, just in light. It's there for you. It does everything you need.
I mean, that's been Kyna's game plan for a while now. That's one of the big reasons why this Taros works so incredibly well.
Ooh, that was
how did he avoid that?
It was that axe recovery must have just barely got him out of the way. He saw it coming and was able to react in time, even with a move kind of slow like that. Typically, when you go for like a reaction move, you're looking for like a dodge or a GC very low startup frame move. But no, he went for the axe recovery because that's really all he had at that moment, and he had enough time with the distance that Loraz had to cover before that hitbox would be on top of Kyna.
Loraz did ultimately manage to finish off that stock, and he's actually put in some good work on the second stock of Kyna, as Kyna was unarmed for a hot minute there. Now that he's back, has the axe, but a good pogo. Can Kyna touch? Yes.
There's the recovery, sending Kyna up. He landed on the soft platform. That's going to reset his jumps. Loraz is just chasing him down as best as he can with this spear. He's been in sweat beats so many different times. This entire set grabs the raw neutral signature from the right third of the stage, sending to the left, gets the KO here, and now takes the lead on Kyna.
Dude, I both love and hate that neutral sig. One, because at this level of play, like, so few people really just do walk-up signature like that, but at the same time, like, if I get hit by that, I'm mauling.
Yeah, I definitely I hate it in terms of like if my opponent is using it, then I hate it. If Loraz is using it, I like it, man. That's one of my favorite moves.
And that's going to be even stocks now. Once again, Kyna's been on this axe. I mean, he talked about how much he loves being a hammer player, but this has been predominantly about that axe against Loraz.
And that's a great choice. Like, it's even if he is more of a hammer player, even if he is more of a quote-unquote hammer main, even if he spent more time in his career on the hammer, axe is also an extremely strong weapon, as we've seen throughout this entire year, throughout this entire tournament as well, even just today. So, like, yes, I'm very happy with him doing this. I feel like he doesn't have to work as hard with the axe to do the things that he does on hammer.
Well, I mean, right now he's been able to add up quite a bit of damage with this axe. Another neutral light, not going to quite KO.
Please don't dash off the stage.
How far it went. Oh, goes for a downlight there.
I was getting like shades of the set that kind of played against Moonier. Ooh, just barely had enough iframes to get through that one. And see the inlight from the middle of the stage, gets the KO. Yes, he had to add up quite a bit of damage in order to get that, especially on a higher defense legend like Kyna. But still, the axe inlight from the middle of the stage, that simple punish tool, great work there from Kyna. He's going to take game one.
Yeah, I mean, that spot dodge in the air to avoid that that mammoth, that'll make a lot of people's bodies tense up, especially because, like, if that was a moving dodge, if that was any direction, it doesn't last as long, and it also has 3 frames of startup. Going for the spot dodge there means that it comes out instantly and it lasts longer. Really good decision-making from Kyna.
So just a couple weeks ago at Trial of Scotty, one of the sets that they played together that Loraz won, game 1 also went to Kyna in the exact same fashion. So we'll see if Kyna is able to carry this momentum from game 1. He's doing a great job so far early on in this game. It's been 20 seconds. One more hit, Loraz is going to be in the red. Loraz is finding some moves back, though. Probably 1 or 2 more hits is going to have him in the orange, but he's going to have to wait for the next stock, for the next weapon potentially. There is a spawn coming in. Kyna's going to throw that hammer up, grab the axe. No need for the triple jump. Didn't really have the time for the triple jump. Really what he cared about was grabbing that axe as quickly as possible as Loraz is spawning back in. Loraz got a long way to go here. Going to start it off with a neutral light, being very conservative with his initiations here, giving a lot of space between him and Kyna.
Okay, that's going to be a punish, but misses the combo there. Sidelight into neutral air. I think he was a little too close. That's one of those situations where you should be going for the axe sidelight into downlight, but I know it's less enjoyable to hit.
Oh, almost got caught by the backside of that recovery from Kyna. Lores, he's been adding up the damage. He's taken only 50 here, so he's not going to be in a terrible spot. Going to pull out of that ground pound in time before riding it all the way down and gets the signature. Lores, okay, he didn't take too much damage, still sitting at about that 50, so it was that initial flurry of damage that he took, and then he really started to take control. The max range D-Light, not able to find the side air right after that.
Hammer players all over the world crying out in unison. That movement on the downlight, because you can kind of slide as it goes, will sometimes make it so that side air is not true.
Man, the dash D-Light.
The
dash D-Light to get off stage, and then the instant turnaround in-sig to grab on that corner, throw down, get the KO. What a beautiful way to use that signature, and not in like the intrusive thoughts Taros way of like, I'm going to sit on the side. Uh-oh, what am I going to do? You don't expect the in-sig coming. A narrator voice, everyone expected the in-sig coming.
No, instead he uses it very intelligently, and that's one of the reasons why he has the stock advantage here in game number 2. Sidelight, neutral air, looking for the dodge there.
Oh my god! How, like, he finds connections that like no Axe player has any business finding.
Dude, the fact that he's getting like so much extra off of things, just like that side air, holy
is too stock. And we're seeing why those numbers are so favorable for Kyna. So far before this weekend, 7-2 in favor of Kyna in terms of games, 22-13 in favor of Kyna. So almost double the number of game wins and more than triple the number of match wins.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I said at the start of the day. If Kyna gets into this matchup against Lores, he's borderline guaranteed to go to the grand finals, and it kind of looks that way right now. He's currently up 2-0 over Lores. Lores is gonna need to really change things up if he wants to stop this run that Kyna's got going.
First thing he's gonna change up, skin.
Goes for the skinless.
Gonna try and look a little bit different here. Changed up the spear as well, I believe. I don't know, I didn't really notice.
It's just the default spear.
Is it?
For Kyna?
Maybe I've
for Kaya, sorry.
Maybe I've just like never. I feel like I've never seen the spear in my entire life. So maybe if it is, people who play Kaya just don't use default weapons like that. That seems pretty standard. I don't really use the default weapons for any sin. And of course, Kyna's using the Cure Seeker Hammer. I saw Acno tweeting about that earlier. I know a lot of people really want that back. Lores in sweat beads now gets hit by the top side of that ground pound, so it's not going to be a spike.
I do like the way Kyna played around that slide charge down signature. Oh, the clash! Stuffs the recovery, and Kyna's going to get that first stock. But like we said, Lores on the skin swap is actually doing a little bit better. He's keeping this one closer.
I feel like that clash over on the left side, I really, and my memory's poor, so I could just be like incorrect, but I do not remember seeing a clash like that that leads to a stock loss in a very long time. Like we see him on stage where it's just like two guys hitting each other and they go, recoil back. But I feel like I've not seen something like that where it's that huge interruption and that clash actually leads to a stock loss in a very long time. Back to the days when people used to complain about the clash system all the time.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since a recovery's been stuffed that handedly in that kind of position, but Lores did a really good job not taking too much damage while bringing this one back, but Kyna's down air actually putting Lores off stage, so he got stage control for a hot minute, but Lores takes it back.
And just based on the vibes of the set so far, the way Kyna's playing now, the way Lores is playing now, it seems like Kyna just has the momentum on his side. It's not like a steamroller going down a hill that's completely unstoppable, but it seems like Kyna at least has a little bit of the momentum on his side that he's just ahead enough, and then he gets that stock. He's only halfway through this second one. The weapon spawn is on the field. He is going to wait just a second to delay as much as possible before picking up the axe, so he strips the field for as long as possible.
Oh, my, dude,
this is scary!
He's in his head, gets the 4-piece, and I think he got an extra in there after that. Kyna getting so much damage. Lores is bleeding out right now in game number 3.
There's the D-Light. All I gotta do is in-light. All I gotta do is in-light, and you're home free. A little bit of the juggle coming out from Lores. Even the weapon toss, gonna deny the weapon spawn from Kyna. Try to move back to the soft platform for a little bit of respite. Now has the hammer, not at the weapon disadvantage from the middle of the stage, and a stomp side air, and Kyna takes his second 3-0 of the day. Yes, it's only been 2 sets today. It's not been a long double elimination bracket for him, but he's not lost a game today. Didn't lose to Godly, and now didn't lose to Lores either.
Dude, Kyna's so stinking good.
I think he's the best guy.
I mean, he's